first time putting on a headset.
Yeah, this is a long.
Can you hear me? Okay, yeah.
You know yourself.
Okay.
So this one you're talking up here.
Okay, that's I was gonna
talking-
ask into that. Okay.
Gosh, I am.
Yes.
Struggle busting.
You would have thought I hit the dispensary before I sat down here with how long it took me to put that together.
My goodness. Whew. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Huh?
Yeah, you're born ready over here.
I'm
Are
lost
you?
in the sauce right now. I don't sit over here. That's why I'm so
sorry.
thrown.
Do I take a chair?
All right, you turn that down a little bit.
Nah, we're going hard
It's
today.
so loud. Whoever sits over here must be deaf.
You seem like you're you're acting like you're hungover. I
I'm
know
just
you're
throwing-
not.
No,
but
it's like
the sunglasses on.
No.
like-
Yeah, the sunglasses are a
when
vibe.
you threw me over here, and I'm now like in a new environment. I'm just like I gotta warm up to this.
Yeah, I
you know?
took your chair,
I actually
sorry.
just blame Mykala because she just hopped up and took your spot.
You know, the one thing that I like about this spot though is the headset, and the quality seems a little nicer.
Really? I
Oh,
like
yeah,
this.
they are better.
I think this is
Also,
better than
maybe
that
it's
when I
just
sit
because it's
over there.
loud as shit. But we'll see.
Loud as shit. Well, everybody had a productive weekend. If you guys don't know, we film on Monday. So today is Memorial Day. Everybody, you know. You guys
Happy
doing
Memorial
anything for
Day.
Memorial Day?
Getting the hell out of the office early.
What is early for you?
It'll probably be like 3:30.
There you go. Like a production agent right there.
Yeah. Gotta get my hours in, you know? My
I don't
calls
have
in.
anything to do tonight, and I'm excited because I'm going to get some things done that I've wanted to get done for a
Well,
while.
my 5:30 ended up pushing to Wednesday because we scheduled it 2 weeks ago, but they're like, "Oh, we forgot about the family function cookout that we're having," and I'm like, "How do you forget about that?"
So I do this thing where I'm like, hey, are you guys free on the 27th? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, it's a Saturday, right? And they're like,
Okay.
oh, my bad, right? Or, hey, are you guys free on February 14th? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, it's Valentine's Day. And they go, no, I don't have the Valentine's date. I'm good. I'm perfect, right? But like, if you don't say that, they're like, oh my God, I didn't realize that Monday was Memorial Day.
I feel like it. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
It happens.
But
no, I'm one of those people.
still great for
I need
all my
that.
people, and yeah, just it's beautiful weather too. So I like don't want to be trapped in the office all day.
Yeah, it definitely is hotter than I was expecting. And it's going to rain all week long. So enjoy it while it lasts.
For sure. We can make phone calls in the rain all day long.
I did not get that tip that it was Memorial Day from. Memorial Day. I wish they would have told me it was Memorial Day.
I would have worn something more festive. Also, none of us are festive today.
What is festive for Memorial
I'm
Day?
wearing blue and
USA.
white. I'm wearing blue and white.
I'm wearing blue.
So-
You're wearing blue.
I don't think that counts.
Well,
Denim
it's
doesn't
blue.
count.
Stop that.
I don't
America
think that
was
counts.
founded on denim. All right.
All right, whatever. Anyway, so if you guys don't know, Christian volunteered a little bit at a local elementary school where one of our clients' teacher.
Yeah. And like a sub, she does a lot of stuff for that school.
Okay. Tell us about it.
Crazy, dude.
How was it?
If you want to form a birth control, go do that.
Whoa.
I'm just
Hot
kidding.
Take right quick.
I'm just kidding. So,
Right
no,
quick.
it was a lot of fun. Kids.
All
can-
right, Christian canceled.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun, but draining. We actually went through
What was it
like a career fair, full on career fair.
for elementary school?
Yeah. And I've done one before for.
Starting them early.
My cousin used to run like a summer camp over at Loyola, and I think it was for like Loyola students or Hopkins students, something like that. And that was awesome. Like they were, I think, 11th graders or 12th graders getting ready for like the big world and wanted to see what was out
the
there.
big world.
So I was the only residential real estate agent that sat on that. And then there was 2 other commercial agents. This was like, we were in a gymnasium and real estate agent, they had like a engineer, a scientist, a military table, and then I don't know, like construction guy.
Okay.
So then they would just bounce around the entire thing. After
So like
every-
10-year-olds coming table to table.
Yeah, there was
How many
5th
houses
grade.
did you sell?
Well, we didn't sell any, but we got a couple. We got a couple actually, like parents or staff. People came over that we talked to. Another one of Crystally's neighbors were there, and she was like asking me about this house, and we were chatting a little bit. But for the actual career fair itself, I think it was great.
Yeah.
I think it was great.
I think
weren't-
it's cool because, to be honest with you, I wasn't there, but what I see as career fair is like my daddy's a firefighter, my daddy's a lawyer, my mom's a nurse, my dad's a,
Yeah.
whatever. And I feel you never see someone be like, oh, hey, I'm selling drugs on the side, right? Like, I'm in real estate. And they're like, what's that? You're like, it's the best.
There were 3 or 4 kids that wanted to be a realtor. Out
Really?
of the whole school, yeah. And I was shocked. I didn't really think anybody would want to. There was a lot of people that wanted to be
with your bad stuff. Marketing.
there were a lot of people that wanted to be a police officer, a firefighter, and then obviously like football players, basketball players, these kinds of things.
Like a lion tamer.
Yeah, and then there were some that wanted to be artists, and I mean, what was another one? A couple teachers here and there.
That's cool.
You told me about one girl.
I think I told you about a guy though. It was a guy.
It was a
kid.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the 5th graders were a little crazy, and that's why that was in relation to the joke. Like,
We're back on
kids.
McDonald's.
No.
Well,
That was someone else?
McDonald's. I don't know where you got McDonald's from. However, the first group of kids was 5th graders. All right. And me and Marissa didn't set up like a standard for the candy that we were giving out. So it was a little crazy. The 5th graders were like, we're fucking these people up. So they came sprinting over and they were just like, candy. And I was like, holy shit, this is a lot. Anyways, this one kid came over. He had a blazer on, like a nice little button-up shirt.
Damn.
And then like some denim, the backbone of America. And I was like, oh, dude, like, you want to be a lawyer, attorney, whatever it said. It was one of those. And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, why do you want to be one of those? He's like, because I like drama. And I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Damn.
I can't believe it. And
Straight
then,
out of Suits.
And then he was the one taking all the damn candy. And I'm like, how does that work?
Well, he's practicing. He wants to be a criminal defense attorney.
I got to feel what it's like to be on the other side.
Oh my God.
But it was a lot of fun. The kids loved it. The school loved it as well. And I think for... all the career fairs that they said they've had up until that point, this one was the best.
That's awesome.
So I was really, really excited for them.
It's cool to just be involved in the community and to have someone ask, right? Like, I'm a big believer that if someone asks you to do something, you should do it.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So you guys want to go skydiving?
I'm about it.
I'm going to say no.
The answer is yes,
Yeah,
Mykala.
I know what you're going for, but
right?
yes.
But if somebody asks, you should just try and commit. And so from the early stages, it was like, yeah, Crystal, we'll be there. And I'm sorry that I wasn't there because I had to be in Southern Maryland. But it just feels good to support and to have good outcome come from it, even if you don't sell a house, because obviously they're in 5th grade. But it's cool to see
I kept
that.
telling them, hey, when you become an NBA player, basketball player, and you,
Don't forget about me.
Yeah, right. When you make $1 million a year, you better give me a call, all right?
Okay.
So it was a lot of fun.
Anyway, well, we have Glenn on today. Glenn,
Yes.
how did you end up here?
My best friend is Dan, and I'm trying to run wild with this loan officer business development position. So he sent me Mykala's number, and I hit up Mykala, and I'm just like, all right, cool, let's do it.
We can do this.
Yes, and then got an invite to be on the podcast. I was like, hold up, I thought we were just gonna be talking about real estate, and I was like, oh no,
It's a mix of everything.
I think there's 2 types of real estate agents, right? And there's the people that have been doing it the same way for like 100 years, right? They're like, no, I just got licensed. And you're like, yeah, but someone told you to do this, and so you do that, right? We try to do it a little differently where we want to meet people and learn people and, just kind of, I don't know, have a normal human being
I think
relationship.
it's like, have some fun.
So it's cool. It's cool to learn about you because you're from Middle River, which is the community that Christian school, well, not Christian school, but the school that Christian was volunteering in.
No. That was actually in Parkville.
Oh, it's Parkville?
The place, Halstead Academy. I think that's technically Parkville.
Yeah, it is.
But we do home buyer brunch events at a
rec center,
community center in Middle River in Miramar Landing, if you're familiar with that community.
What's that school that's right there?
Middle River.
Yeah.
Is that school that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a Middle River.
It's
right by
just
that
attached to
community
it.
center.
Yeah. It's attached to it. And then a couple of my military clients live in there. We just had a listing in that community, and then for real estate people listening, trying to build like a farm and just be a resource for that community.
It's a good community to farm. But you guys live in Middle River?
No, currently, I have a house in.
Are you from Middle River?
Yes, I'm.
Okay, I was like, wait a second.
I'm from Middle River.
Got it.
I currently have a residence in White Marsh, which I'm getting rid of to move in with her.
Yikes.
Glen Burnie.
That just became podcast official, right? In today's world, sometimes it's not even Facebook official yet.
No, it's
Watch out.
But yes.
And where is your house? So we're going from Middle River to White Marsh to Glen Burnie.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
And now you're going to be taking the tunnel every day until they build the bridge.
Yes.
That's gonna. I heard someone said that was gonna be like 2028, maybe 2030.
I think 2020.
The original aspiration was 2027, which was psychotic.
Yeah, but
So I'll believe it when I see it if it's done before
Just saying, I
2030.
can't deal with this shit.
I
dude.
can't deal with this
It
traffic
is
for another, what is
insane.
it, 3
I don't think
years?
it's going to get any
can't.
better.
With the bridge.
Nope.
It was way better
Yes, it
with.
was.
It has.
It was
to.
not this bad.
bro. Everybody is routing either through the tunnel. If you're not going the tunnel, you're going through the city. If you're not going through the city, you're going around the Beltway, and it doesn't matter which way you go. It's fucked every single way.
Yep.
Excuse my language; it's got a little aggressive.
I
but
think, Susu,
I ju-
apologize to her.
I just cannot. I can't
so-
deal with it. It's
my hot take
the traffic is
is
psychotic
that
itself.
bridge is an ancillary support because there's not enough on that side of the county. Right. And I don't mean the Sparrows Point side or the Glen Burnie side. I mean the southern side of the county. There's not enough development, community impact. There's not enough.
No, I agree on that point. But
There's not a Costco down there.
When we just look at traffic patterns in general, dude, I think you'd be surprised about how much it opens up.
Let me tell
Yeah, I
you,
do
if the
agree with
traffic
that.
slows up on my commute, I'll be happy. But I don't think it's going to happen.
So I would like to put my input on this.
Let's go.
So because,
Finally.
Because I had, me and her had a breakup because I lived in White Marsh.
Yeah. Knock down a bridge. Knock down a bridge. Break up the relationship.
And she was like, I cannot take the traffic because she has medical issues.
I get that.
And I'm sorry to bring it up, but she couldn't take the traffic. I was like, all right, cool. Well, you were convenient, but now you're on the other side of the bridge. It's not convenient for me anymore. So let's just break.
I feel that.
Yeah, it's tough.
I feel that.
It's tough, yeah.
I've had a back injury. Mike's had a couple back injuries,
sure.
and like with all the driving we do, I'm telling you, getting out of the car sometimes is difficult in of itself.
I
Let
went
alone
through the tunnel
sitting
twice
in the
this
car for that
weekend.
long.
I went around the Beltway, south, went through the tunnel, north, went back through the tunnel, south. It was awful.
Yeah.
And no traffic, in case anybody's wondering.
Well, with the amount of ground that we cover, like there's times where I've driven. I don't know if you're familiar with like St. Mary's County.
Yes, I am.
I've driven from St. Mary's County one morning on an appointment to an afternoon appointment up in Harford County, and then I live
That's brutal.
in Calvert County. So I literally could have gone to like Ocean City, had a beach day, and come back. You know? But no, I'm just sitting in the car with back pain.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, back to Glenn.
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to Glenn. So you recently got into the mortgage world? Kind of recently?
I've been in there for 3 years.
Okay.
But I've worked for like bigger branches, like the New Reses, the Freedoms.
Okay.
And
They're all the same.
Yeah.
They all do the
and-
So
thing.
what is your new role? You said loan officer and then business
dev.
development. So are you doing both at the same time?
They want me to lean more towards business development just
Okay.
because I was a club promoter when I was younger, and then they see the traffic that I drive in just because people know me.
Yeah.
From promoting all the millennials was like, hey, you used to throw the best parties.
Okay.
Like, even in college. it was
Let's just do that.
Yeah,
right.
that's what I am doing.
Real estate
just
networking.
bringing them into
Throwing some parties.
We'll just use Glenn as our lead generation.
Yeah, right? Where were you a club promoter?
Mosaic. in the
Okay.
Power
Oh,
Plant,
Mosaic.
Jimmy Seafood, Black Hole,
Is this pre-COVID or post-COVID?
Pre.
Okay, so totally different environment.
Yeah.
Pre.
I was in Mosaic mid-COVID, like when we were allowed back, kind of thing, and it was sad and depressing. It's come
was.
back a little
Bro,
bit.
I feel like that's a
but
lot of places.
Not as
after
much as how
COVID.
it
I don't
used to
disagree.
be.
Like it is wild. You go to some restaurants that used to just be popping, and now it's like
Restaurants, nightclubs, everything.
yeah.
But like Mosaic specifically, recently I was in Power Plant at 10:45
PM?
on a Saturday night. Yeah, I went to pick up John.
Because sometimes, AM.
Right. No, I
cannot.
literally drove there. I drove there to pick up John because they were out, whatever, and I volunteered to drive him home. And they were like, oh, we're going to Underground Pizza for dinner. And I was like, okay, bet, I'll meet you there. So I walk in, they charge a cover. And I walk up to the side entrance and I go, hey, in my Crocs, which is funny. We're going to come back to this. In my Crocs and my sweats. And I was like, hey, I'm just running to Underground. And she's like, okay, bet. So I like walked in, and my friends who were just there to eat dinner, they were like, you didn't pay a cover? And I was like, why would you pay a cover for this?
Yeah.
For this? Like, look around.
Yeah.
Right? But back in the day, dude, I remember we spontaneously took a bachelor party to Power Plant, like spontaneously on a Thursday.
Yeah.
It was wild. Wild.
Yep.
We're talking like throwing stuff from the balcony, kind of like
Jesus
crazy.
Christ.
But now, dude, it's not even full.
Yeah.
Forget
Yeah.
packed. It's not even full.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
I was
like-
a senior sitting home in there right now.
I value that. Okay. So, promoting for those clubs,
Yes.
what was your favorite style of music? Let's go down that road.
This is going to sound weird. EDM.
I like it.
I love it.
Nice.
Honestly, I don't understand the allure to going to a concert. Christian's a huge concert goer.
Yeah.
I just don't get it, and it doesn't do anything for me.
Bro, but it's the same. Like the concerts
It's
that I go
not,
to as
bro.
EDM are the same. Like
Well, I will give you a little bit of the Goose vibe, but like we went to Anthem. John, what did we go to Anthem for?
okay, hopefully we don't get copyrighted because I'm gonna fucking shove some shit in your damn face.
Oh yeah, we went to
All right?
Anthem for Eric Church. Eric Church concert, right? We get the bus and the whole bunch of us go and we have the drinks on the bus and the driver. So like nobody's drinking and driving. Perfect, right? We have a great time. We get down there, we walk in. I'm like, we're just standing.
Okay.
Right.
okay.
And then like the opener comes out and then everybody's like, going with the opener. And then Eric Church, woo! And I'm like, I don't even know who that dude is. And I don't care. Right. I know the music. Like I recognize it when I hear it. But the difference is that when we go out for like a nightclub, also Jonathan, on his birthday, went out to a nightclub and we're like, who the is this dude? Like, what is this dude playing? Don't get it. Don't understand it. But it's just like a vibe. Like you're just vibing. And then by the end of the night, rave, like totally crazy. No drugs, no craziness, but like it's a whole different experience.
Okay. Hold on. So this is about as EDM as my band will get, and it's quite impressive.
My band. I agree.
And just wait for it. It'll pick up here in a second. I'll fast forward.
We're not going to get censored.
I heard the
We're gonna
first
get
5
sponsored.
seconds and I thought of like 80s.
It is very like 80s inspired.
This is not EDM.
It's not.
It's
but
not.
I give it to
But
Christian.
It's
pretty damn
Christian's
close.
version of EDM.
And then no. And then
Made me think of the
the
movie
band,
Footloose.
the band that I saw, the band I follow is Goose, and then the bass player, he's this dude that just literally wears denim, funny enough, comes back again, sunglasses, and just plays the bass the whole time, just fucking vibing, long ass hair. He never talks, he never even fucking
It's
moves.
not
he just
EDM.
he
You're
just
making your case worse.
Yeah.
Last Goose Miss, they put all the shit down, and his alter ego came out, and it was what was it? It was like Marlboro cigarettes.
There you
or
go
something.
again, cursing on the podcast.
Well,
we need a
it's-
swear jar for him.
Swear jar for
just
Christian.
right up front and center. Hold on.
See, like I get it, and I understand why you're
Yeah.
trying to bring these two things together.
I don't. But okay, what is your definition
like-
of EDM? Because EDM, I feel like goes throughout
Well, wait
so
a
many
second.
different things.
Wait a
and,
second.
and I have a very specific taste of EDM.
So we go to see Eric Church.
I feel like you're offended
and
right now.
everybody
It's like, how
yells
could you
and
even
screams
compare?
and gets all excited, and I'm like, I don't get it. And then he starts playing, and I'm like, oh, I recognize the song. And then like the energy picks up, and the band kicks in, and like, okay, it's a lot of fun, and I get that, but that's not EDM. Just because there's lasers going on doesn't make it EDM.
okay,
It's different.
I understand.
Just because there's lasers
Just 'cause
going
there's
on
lasers.
doesn't make it
Eric
EDM.
Swenson's going to be at the Client Appreciation Party on Friday. Like, what are you doing?
Nah,
I have this.
I'm pulling up the
So I
video
have
here.
friends that are DJs, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Mosaic," and my client is like, "You're at Mosaic," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm with so and so," and he's like, "You know that?" Like, lost his mind, and I'm like, "These are just like dudes,
Okay.
Like they're not like I don't know."
I feel
but
bad
this
'cause-
dude lost his mind, left what he was doing, and came to Mosaic to see them. Like that is EDM.
So I feel like
I don't
I feel
understand.
bad because the viewers won't be, or like listeners won't be able to see this, but like,
I don't
this was
feel
the
bad.
dude.
Are these lasers?
As I said,
Is that not
lasers
is
and
that-
light show does
is
not
that
equal
not-
EDM.
Yeah, he
No.
literally has a DJ board and he's doing it himself.
They do that on the 4th of July too.
They did that at Artscape yesterday. Then I don't know.
What is getting branded right now?
will
Not
die on
even
Do
burned.
that on the 4th of July.
I will die on this
Damn.
hill. I will die on this hill. All right.
I think you're
on
going to
this
be the
hill.
only one dying on that hill.
Oh
me
my
up there.
God! All right, so now you're in the mortgaging world.
Yes.
Now you're going to get all the people that you brought from the nightclub industry
Millennials.
to buy a
Just me.
house.
Yes.
Why have they not bought a house?
Because we're millennials. We've been through a lot. We've been through what?
I've been through
9/11,
COVID. I've been through
COVID.
Y2K at
Yeah.
4 years old.
This
What
is a
else?
whole
2008 recession.
lot. Recessions?
Well, I don't even remember that.
I was 8.
We just wish we bought a house at 5.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it should have been
I
buying
told
a house
somebody
at
on,
3rd grade,
on
not
Saturday
on the playground.
when I was out. I went to Wayward, which first time out in a long time in Fed Hill.
I saw that. I was
Interesting.
creeping on
You
your
went to
location.
Wayward?
Bro, we had so much fun. Yeah,
You're
we
the
were at
oldest
Wayward.
one there.
Interesting.
And the Gurks.
I went
and-
there and I was the oldest one there.
I was right.
We had a good time. So I was there with one of our clients' sisters, right? And she just graduated college, 22 years old. And she's like, let me ask you a big question, And we were there for like 4 hours. 4 hours in, we're pretty drunk. And she says, would you buy or would you rent? And I was like, pretty drunk. So I'm like, it's not even a conversation. And I said, you could go down to the other end of the bar and you can ask my wife, what is the biggest mistake that I've made in my life? Hands down, without question, the biggest mistake I ever made in my life is not buying the biggest piece of shit that I could afford at 18. It doesn't matter what you buy. Equity growth and principal pay down will make you wealthy. And we have people that are 30 and 36 and 38. And the worst part about the people that are in the millennial generation that haven't bought a house is that they've built their expectations to be out of alignment with what they can afford. And so they're just generating this perpetuity complex that won't allow them to purchase a home. So if you bought, what I say when I was 18, a $100,000 house would have been lower than average, but like whatever. When I turned 30 and bought my first house today, that $100,000 house statistically would have grown to be worth 180, and I would have had a principal pay down from 100, not including any down payment. I would have had a principal pay down to 70. So I would have had $110,000 worth of equity, but instead I had every penny that I scrapped together to buy my first home. It like dramatically changes your financial well-being. I wish that I could tell every millennial, just beat them over the head with a bat. Because they go out Saturday at 10:45 in the morning.
That's sometimes. That's just for
I
like
didn't say
brunch.
you, I mean
Well, you
like
pointed to
millennials.
me.
Well, you brought up the point. But I think if we could just go to every Saturday morning brunch, go to every, concert, every venue, every opportunity, and like, hey, here's a card, scan a QR code. Let's go. Get to our home buyer brunch. This is what you need for your life.
You know what we should start doing? Just
Next
going
home buyer
around.
brunch, we should do that.
I'm about it. What?
Okay, maybe I'm thinking what you were thinking, but I'm just now putting it together.
This is why they put
Home buyer brunch in Mosaic.
No, I was thinking of us just going to restaurants, acting like we're servers, and handing them a QR code saying "scan this for the menu," but it's really just like my business page. Like, hey, how are you guys doing today? Like, my name's Christian. I'm the manager here.
Leave us a 5-star review if you don't mind.
Yeah, here. Just
Here,
look
take
at
a 5-star
And then
review.
it goes to my Google page. Just like a real estate agent.
All right. So, home buyer brunch at Mosaic. You're in charge of setting it up. Now we got to get people there.
I can do that.
DJ brunch plus home buyer.
Wait,
That'd be a
that'd be a
little
really
wild.
fun
That'd be a
idea,
vibe.
I think.
That'd be a vibe. I'm about it. All right. So, when you're not in real estate, what are you doing? Well, not in mortgaging, I guess.
I'm playing video games.
What video games?
Marvel Rivals.
PC or you console?
Console. I hate PC players.
Oh, yikes.
Yikes.
Christian's going to be mad at you.
I'm a PC player.
Which means I hate her kids.
Also, shots fired. Safe. We're safe over here on the other side of the camera.
We'll give them a PS5 and then they can play on that.
Yeah.
So I do that. I work out, and I literally just like helping people. Like if I show up for somebody, like this weekend has been the craziest weekend ever. Like I took her to her first black funeral.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what was that?
Like,
what?
It means a security at the door. is wristbands.
Wait a
Really?
second. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Was this an EDM concert?
I wish it was an EDM concert.
Let me tell you, I've experienced a lot of things in my life, and I've been to a black funeral,
Why-
but we did
wait,
not
I
get
have-
security and
I have-
wristbands. What is that about?
Yeah.
So, no.
It
Anyway,
can be edited out. It probably won't be for reference, but
anyway, so my cousin was killed on Sunday, Mother's Day.
I'm so sorry.
So they had security there just because if you're advertising that, and
I
they didn't want
understand.
the people to come.
so it's not so much like a cultural thing; it's more of a situational thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now it makes sense. All right. Well, so now you've been
Yes.
But it wasn't my first.
I'm not-
Billy Badass behind the camera. Won't get in front of the camera for a photo, but jeez. Okay. Now, hot take. We want Crocs outlawed, and I agree with you. For reference, that
I
day
don't
that I
get
was
it.
in power plant with Crocs on, it was deliberate. I was not going out. I was there to pick someone up and give them a safe ride home. So I was wearing Crocs. That's why I wore them.
When you said you had a sweatsuit on, I was like, was
No, I
this
had
process-
sweatpants.
I was like, were they in sport mode?
You know, you got the strap on the back. No, I have had the same pair of Crocs since my stepdad gave them to me. We're talking well over 7 or 8 years ago. And I wear them around my house. I wear them outside when I'm doing like light yard work and whatever. And I wear them when I go out to the fire pit. And I apparently burn them on the fire pit. But I refuse to buy new ones because they're not something that I wear out. But what's the hot take on you for Crocs?
they just look ugly to me.
Have
They
you ever
don't-
had a pair?
So that's why I don't want to put them on. I think they're gonna feel too comfortable.
He's gonna change his mind.
Let me be clear. They're not that comfortable.
I really don't
They
think
are
that.
comfortable. They are nice, and it's like, oh man, okay. But like, they also, your feet move around in them. They're not like comfortable. But if I was a kid and I was running around in the stream behind my house or whatever, yeah, that'd be a great shoe to have. But as an adult, like, I know adults that like walk around with like the little pins. You know, like
Yes. What are they called?
I
I know what they're called. I know what you're talking about.
these like they have like little pins. You put them through the
What are
holes
those
in the
called?
Crocs.
Like the little design things.
Yes.
The charms, like charms.
Charms.
I think they're called charms.
That's not what they're called.
Croc.
I mean, that's what they seem like to
Charms.
me.
I'm googling it.
I'm a Google
Gibbets.
Gibbets?
Yes!
No, they're not.
Gibbets. Yes, it
It
is.
says it right here.
It's like
Crocs.
the little
Gibbets.
parts of a chicken.
Gibbitz.
That's what it is.
Yikes.
Gibbets.
But like people walk around with them on like adults. And when it's a kid, it's cute. Oh, you're into Mickey Mouse. Oh,
You can
that's
get-
cute.
You can get some Nirvana ones.
You're not helping
He's
my
gonna
cause.
design some
Because
goose
now
ones.
there's
I would-
Nirvana people that
Did
are
you know-
giving money.
So I'm
over
into
it.
jam bands. You know,
No way.
Obviously not EDM,
EDM
stuff, right?
bands, Christian.
But there's a lot of like bootleg, but also like trademarked merch that'll come out with like collab companies and these bands. So this company called Market had come out with Grateful Dead tie-dye Crocs. Wanted them so bad, but they sold out so quick.
Oh.
And I could have had some fire ass Grateful Dead gibbets on there. That would have been cool as shit.
This
I
is
just-
making
I don't-
me hate Crocs even more.
You should. You should.
Gibbets?
He's like,
for
I'm never
kids-
wearing Crocs. I'm never listening to a jam band.
All right,
This
all
dude
right.
What the hell is a gibbet?
I'm gonna assimilate this real quick. You know those shoes that have like the little lights in the back of them when the kids walk?
Yeah, fucking
Love
Skechers.
shoes.
Adorable. Would I want a pair? Absolutely. Would I want everyone to be wearing them out to the bar or like out to Target or whatever? I think it's weird. Like, I get it. Crocs
The-
are comfy,
the dance
but it's
floor-
just weird, dude.
You wear those to the club, dance floor's lit.
Different kind of vibe.
I don't know. My niece has those, and when she puts them on in the back seats, I always think I'm getting pulled over. I'm putting on like,
Why she put them up in the rearview mirror?
I
Jesus.
just see lights. I'm like, oh no.
Now, do you have any thoughts on Birkenstocks? Do you know what those are?
No.
You don't know what those are.
I'm into EDM.
These guys right
Oh
here.
my God, Christian.
The
like
Jesus
these.
sandals.
Oh no.
Have you ever put one on?
No.
What's your take right
I have
now?
a hot take. That's a cultural thing, Christian.
Is it for Christians?
No.
I will tell you, Birkenstocks, you would never think they're that comfy just looking at them, but they're comfy as shit.
I have a pair of Birkenstocks.
I don't like Birkenstocks.
They make like full on rubber
You
ones
don't
if
like
you want to get
the
real crocky, if you will.
strapped ones, like the sandals?
I had a pair of
I'm
those.
telling you, they're comfy as
You
shit.
do or do not?
I did. I lost
no.
them.
You will
do or do
never.
not like them.
You know what?
Do not like them.
Okay.
Your thoughts about Crocs are probably how I feel about thong sandals. If you're a man and you wear the thong sandals, you're no man
But what
anymore.
about like the beach? What do
No.
you wear going to the
That is
beach?
criminal.
Tennis shoes?
What do you wear going to the
Crocs?
beach?
I'm wearing my Birkenstocks to the beach. I'm not wearing.
I don't have a problem with
thong
that.
sandals.
I don't have
What?
a problem with that. I actually
I feel
don't
like I'm
own
getting
sandals.
violated on my feet down
I
there.
don't
when I put
own
those things
sandals,
on.
so I don't know. When we were at the beach recently, I didn't bring any sandals or anything.
Okay.
I literally was like the little kid, you know, the 5-year-old that like hops from place to place.
Kinda.
So like the stones were hot.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like on the grass, and then there's like a shed of bushes, and I was like stone, water, right? Like for 5 days.
Oh,
I refused to buy them because I don't want to have them when I get back home.
I'm just glad you didn't wear your tennis shoes.
No, yeah. Why would I wear?
I've seen that. I've seen that before
Oh,
where
yeah.
people will fully wear tennis
I'll
shoes
burn
and
off the
socks
bottom of my
I mean,
feet. to
I'll
the beach.
wear-
and then they
to the
take them
beach.
off. I'm like, well,
I'll wear tennis
Were you
shoes to the
prepared?
beach if I was like going to the beach unaware, but I'm not like leaving my hotel room putting a pair of tennis shoes on.
see,
to go to
no,
the beach.
that's
No.
what I'm talking about.
No.
The families that come down that you can tell they don't go to the beach that often.
No.
But
no.
I mean, yeah, I just something about that. Just I
in
can't.
this way,
tennis shoes in the sand.
I've never
no.
thought about wearing my Crocs to the beach. I would probably do that, to be honest with you. But
You know who's
the
gonna be-
bigger issue is the people that wear Crocs to go to Target,
On the
to
regular.
go to dinner, to go to work, to whatever. And by the way, nurses wear Crocs. They're on their feet all day. It's comfortable. Okay, that's fine. But then when you get out of the hospital, you don't need to wear your scrubs.
Okay, question.
dinner.
Who's your favorite EDM artist?
Oh, we're still on this.
No. We're going back to this.
I don't know his name. Remember, we just watched him in Ricky Stenicki.
Now you're not helping.
Oh, Ricky Stenicki.
How do
With the
you?
bathrobe. Guy with the bathrobe. He always wears the bathrobe.
Trust me, I don't know. I have no idea.
You can Google bathrobe EDM guy.
Bathrobe EDM guy.
Mark?
Mark Rebillet.
yes.
Okay.
Who is that dude?
Oh, he's.
I'm about to maybe ruin your day.
Mark Rubier.
I'm gonna see if there's a video of him wearing Crocs or anything.
Oh my God.
How would you feel about him if he was a Croc lover? He was like, what if
Croc
What if he
enthusiast.
wore those while he was DJing? Would you think any differently of him? Be like, damn, can't listen to him anymore.
There's a booth in front of him, so I
There
can't
you
see
go.
his feet.
There you go. There you go. With the Croc. That's what came up. It's a t-shirt with the Croc.
Oh my god.
There you go.
That is funny.
I mean, to me, I don't know. For me, it's just like,
I've owned one pair of Crocs I got at Disney World, and then no idea where they're at. That was a very long
Disappeared.
time ago.
they had a
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse face
Instead
on
of the
them.
normal like circle holes they had, they were Mickey Mouse holes.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
that's cute.
And I'm
is
not
cute.
totally against it. Just in public. Just like
Right.
fire pit, just at home. You can
Yeah,
wear
like wear
Crocs.
them around the park. I'm actually okay with that. Wear your Mickey Mouse Crocs around Disney World, but don't wear your Mickey Mouse Crocs to Longhorn Steakhouse for dinner with your family.
Okay, that's like
That's what we're talking about.
public, but like, what if we're just walking down the sidewalk to McDonald's?
Same. Why do you have them?
I don't. I'm just trying to gauge where we're at. You know.
Like, I feel like people have the same material in sandals, slide-on sandals. There's all these different brands now that have the same like cushion air material,
Yeah.
and there's nothing to the sandal. It's just that material with like a slide-on.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, they're so comfortable. I'm like, oh yeah, they are, but they're not worth $70 to me.
Yeah. I agree.
Let's just go back to wearing shoes.
I feel like I'm at the point in my life where I'm starting to buy something that's gonna last me a fucking long ass time.
You're just developing into your 80-year-old self that we've always known that you are.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Asked and answered. All right, back to something more valuable. Christian, what is your biggest fear?
Dying or being on my deathbed and realizing I didn't live a life that I wanted to.
Vibes.
That's sad. I mean, that's a valid fear. That's a
Well,
sad
like living
fear.
there.
That's
like,
a sad fear.
Oh yeah, no, that's why
Damn,
I'm like
Christian.
trying to do everything.
What's
and
your
anything.
biggest fear?
Spiders or heights.
Okay, what?
Spiders or heights. Got it.
I would say
if
more
there's
heights.
You literally
if
just
there's a
jumped the
spider-
table. This is literally the polar opposite ends. We're sitting.
If
just
there's a
directly-
spider in the way of something that Mykala really wants to do, she's okay having died, not done it. That's what just happened.
I would rather, I would rather die than pass a spider.
I look
You've
at a
seen
spider and I
giant-
go, hey, bro, what's up? You're good. Like, you stay over there.
No.
I'm over here. We're good.
For me, it's
But what
No.
if it's a spider and the only way to escape it is to go up a ladder?
I'm about it.
Well, she
See,
said
like,
heights.
I'm not afraid
She
of
said-
that.
She said heights.
Yeah, also heights, ladders.
I have
different
always
things.
had a thing for heights. It's like when I look down, I like get dizzy and
Well,
nauseous.
yeah,
and I'm like,
don't
I'm gonna
look
fall
down.
off.
That's like
I'm
the
gonna-
first thing they tell you. Don't look down.
number one rule. Don't look down.
Yeah.
But I think my brain wants me to look down, so I do it.
First time I went skydiving, because we talked about it, I went skydiving in like a lightly cloudy day. You don't skydive in the clouds, but like one of those where there were like clouds up there. Anyway, when we got to the top, opened the plane door, and we're in a cloud. Like, couldn't see down. He's like, you ready? I was like, yep. Can't see anything. Let's go.
I guess that kind of helps
Did you
though.
enjoy it?
Yeah. I mean, you were out of the cloud and like, that quick. Like it just happened to be a little cloud that we just like passed through in that moment. But it was cool.
I would skydive if the plane was on the ground.
So
Well, that
you
would be
just-
ground diving. That might hurt more, to be honest with you.
Just getting off the plane.
That might hurt more.
Just like,
I'm with you on that one. I can't skydive. No.
You can do it.
No.
You can do it.
Have you seen the videos of
If I
people
black
like
out.
jumping off, like cliff jumping off of like a canyon
Yeah.
thing, and they're like talking about their fear as they get close, and then like they end up jumping, and then like they have like this euphoric like feeling while they're in the air, and they land, and they're like, "Why was I so scared of this my
Well,
entire
yeah.
life?" And like all this other, it's really inspiring, and like neat to watch. It's like, all right.
Yeah, because the alternative, you don't remember.
So is that you two trying to tell me that I need to go skydiving?
I
to
think
get
you
over
should.
my
Well,
fears?
Mike's been trying to push me to go skydiving
I think
for a
you
long
should.
time.
Skydiving is a vibe.
I'd be about it.
Sponsored by Baltimore Skydive.
What I just don't know is how do they put the parachutes and stuff back in, and how is there like,
So it's interesting because the guys that do the parachutes are the same guys that jump, and so they fold them and they roll them in a specific way. And I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I watched it, but I don't know how to do it. But what they said was like, we do this every day, 15 times a day, blah 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 blah. But there's a second parachute that's like permanently in there. It's like an emergency parachute that's
Yeah.
I think folded by the manufacturer.
Manufacturer, yeah.
So it's like parachute wants to open. It's just like when I fold it, I could just shove it in there and it will open. It wants to open. So all these like TV shows where you see them all like twisted and whatever, it doesn't happen. But if it did, there's a backup one. So like, what's the concern?
Yeah, there's just, I guess, just like anything, there's always that one YouTube video where the guy pulls his first one. It's like, oh, fuck. And then
Yeah.
has a difficult time getting it off. And then he pulls the second one and some shit happens there. He's like, oh, shit. And then he's like fucking screaming as, you know.
Of course.
But that's what
That's
they,
my thought. What happens if the second one doesn't work too?
that's what big
does.
skydiving
But what if
wants
it
you to see,
doesn't?
is
You
those
don't
bad
remember.
Because you're dead.
Right. But the reason I ask is because you had mentioned that your biggest fear is not being able to provide for your family and your future family, for reference. What drives you to keep pushing towards your why?
death. Like a lot
This is
of
very
my,
morbid day.
I'm sorry. Like this is where I come from.
Would we be, you think this would, we be like this, like down if we were out in the sun? Just need to pick up the table. and-
Sweating.
It's
I
just,
am starting to sweat a little
it's
bit.
just like generational wealth, just like you said. Like you need to beat them over the head and tell them this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, my cousin would not have been shot. All of this stuff would not have happened if there was generational wealth there. And people talk about the violence in Baltimore. This is going to sound stupid as shit.
That's what we're here for.
You're stupid.
We're here for it.
So everybody's talking about black on black violence or cops shooting blacks. The way you can stop it is just all black people get insurance, because insurance companies never want to pay the person, so they're going to investigate whoever shot the person. So
There you go.
Yes.
I think you hit on something that's important. It's not having the money, right? Like I don't think that being born into a wealthy family would resolve the challenges. I think the challenges are not all, but most mental. And the challenge in certain communities is that the mentality, the mental perspective is not one such that, oh, cops are good, or even that the cops go into the altercation with the mentality, oh, this is a normal thing, this is a normal part of my day. I think we walk in with a heightened state of mind, and if we had this adaptation to, like you had mentioned, the idea of generational wealth, like, no, I'm doing this because it's going to do something for me, for my future, for my mom, my grandma, my family, my brother, my sister, then we might make different decisions. And I think, I don't know the situation around your cousin, that's obviously very sad, but I would hope that with different mentality, different decisions would have been made, changing the outcome.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's really difficult to keep that on the top of your mind every single day and keep moving forward. And that's why I found it interesting when you had mentioned that it's your biggest fear. It's just not being able to provide for them. Yeah. So I don't know. I think Baltimore has a lot going for it. Yeah. I think my biggest fear for the city right now is that we're sort of like covering up some of the challenges, especially when the mayor came out and said that our homicide rate is down. And that's really cool. And I think that that's wonderful, if that's true. But I also think that, riding on pomp and circumstance that, hey, our homicide rate is down is almost like a negative. Like, it's almost like we did it, so now we don't have to keep going. We need to keep the mentality of enriching the community and enriching what we're here for, to provide for other people. So
Yeah.
I think that's all of what we do every single time, my personal opinion. But if you guys haven't already, make sure you register for our client appreciation party coming up on Friday. It's at Bordy Vineyard, so make sure you register. I think there's a couple spots left. And then
Gonna be turning up, dude.
I mean, hopefully.
Yeah.
It might be. It might be 4 years ago reincarnate. We'll see how that goes. But if you haven't already, make sure you register for that. We also have Pups and Cups coming up in a couple weeks, so we'll be talking about that down in Annapolis. And then additionally, if you need any more information on Home Buyer Event 2026 at Mosaic for brunch, we'll get more information on that. You guys know where to reach me at michael.frank____, or on our website. You could get more information about this and everything else, frankoliverco.com. How can they reach out to you, Glenn?
At Glenn Mortgage.
Super simple. How did you get that? I feel like that's cheating.
Because people don't...
Mike Realtor, no.
Because my name is Glenn Robinson, and every client that I talked to, they was like, I don't remember the last name. I just saved you as Glenn Mortgage. So I was like,
I just don't understand how there's not another mortgage lender that's like, because you know what? Mortgage lenders, they're nerdy. They're all nerdy. And they do these things like, Glenn is the best mortgage lender. And it's like, no, stop it. Just Glenn Mortgage. I love it. Yeah. Anyway, Mykala, how can people reach out to you if they want to?
At realtor.mykala.
End of story. And Christian?
You can find me on Instagram at Christian the Deadhead. Also, real quick, I know we didn't even talk about the bags.
Oh, shit.
Real quick, want to shout out Dave Eichler over at Richardson Farms. Sack of shit's here. Some really cool stuff. If you haven't been to Richardson Farms, go over there. Really, really cool market. And just want to say thank you, Dave.
Yes, sir.
And one more shout out for the person that made this happen, Dan Orndorff.
Yeah,
Salute
Dan.
100.
Love it.
Amen.
Love it.
Thanks, Dan.
Amen. Thanks, Dan. We'll catch you guys soon.
Sounds good.
Bye.
What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. For more information on the housing market, Real Estate 101, how you can leverage your position in today's market, and so much more, click on the link below. If you like this video or have a burning real estate question you'd like us to answer, leave us a comment and let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode, and we'll see you again real soon.